I applied for the full bursary position because, in all honesty, I could not afford to pay £7,500 in tuition fees. That's how much the full course costs. So I applied for the full bursary course. I got asked to audition at Rose Bruford. It was, in all honesty, it was a very last minute thing in terms of I found out about the bursary position by one of my close friends who is an actor as well. She told me that there is this foundation course and there's a bursary position, you should go for it. I applied, they asked me for an audition. Honestly, I can hand on heart say that that was one of the most comfortable and exhilarating and fun auditions I've had in a while. The audition that I had before that was my Guildhall audition, and if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know that my Guildhall audition did not go the way I wanted to. So in all honesty, I was shit scared. I was very, very, very scared. And I just kept thinking, what if I freeze again? Like, am I going to be one of those people that just can't take the pressure? It's a really daunting, anybody that auditions knows it's daunting. But when you screw up, like, or freeze in an audition, it does, I am very hard on myself, and it was something that I just couldn't let go of. So that was really on my mind before my Rose Bruford audition. I know, not the smartest thing, but I couldn't help it. I called my best friends up and was basically like, I'm freaking out. And my friend B was like, Winnie, sort your shizzle out, man up. You just need to put your big girl panties on. Okay, she didn't use those words, but you get the gist. She gave me a good talking to, and I had my head screwed on, and boom, I was ready-ish. Went into the audition, like running in because my train was late and it was just a whole heap of craziness. So I get to the audition luckily on time. We start off with obviously all getting to know each other and a workshop, and the workshop was really, 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 really good. It really did help calm my nerves down, and instantly I got this vibe of Rose Bruford that they knew their shizzle, but they were very welcoming and encouraging, and they were just, in terms of like the people that I was auditioning with and the audition panel and like the workshop leaders, they were just really, really welcoming. At times I kept forgetting I was in an audition. That's a lie, not forgetting, let me not use that word, but I felt so comfortable that my nerves didn't take over. This is one of the few auditions I can say that competitive, bitchy atmosphere just wasn't there, and it was really, 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 really nice. Once again, I say, like, I hate it when you walk into an audition and everybody just wants to screw each other over. Like, no, can we not all just be professional and respect the other person's space and monologues and speeches, and just create a supportive, professional, good, positive atmosphere? That is what I like in audition, and that is what Rose Bruford and the people that I auditioned with provided. We started off the foundation course audition with a workshop, which was really helpful, and then we got shown around the campus. The campus is beautiful. They have great places to learn how to sing, and they have great performance spaces, and they have great open fields, or a field I should say, where you can obviously chillax in the summer and you can practice lines. It's just, the whole campus was gorgeous and beautiful, and I was very, 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 very impressed. After being shown around the campus, I did my audition. I do remember that, you know, they called my name for the audition, and my first thought was, don't screw up like you did in Guildhall. Why that popped into my head was just like, ah, but you know, what can you do? So I walked in there and I just kept thinking, you know what? I deserve to be there. The directors aren't here to catch you out. Just chill. I decided to do my contemporary piece instead of my classical piece because, once again, I was traumatised by when I screwed up my classical piece in my Guildhall audition, and I really just didn't want the same thing to happen again, and I felt that that classical piece was a bit, you know, jujued / had bad mojo on it. So I just decided to go with my contemporary piece just for my own peace of mind. And it was one of those weird things where I did my contemporary piece and I didn't rush it. I did it the way I've always wanted to perform it. And I was so proud of myself. They asked us to perform, well, have ready a classical and a contemporary piece, but they only asked us to perform one of them. And I went with my contemporary, as I said before. After everybody auditioned, we all went back into the room and they explained to us that they had just found out, when I say they, I mean the directors, explained to us that they had just found out that they have just been awarded an additional bursary, but this bursary was a half, but not even a half bursary, a partial bursary they called it, of £2,500. Obviously that is an amazing amount of money to award somebody for a course, but for me, unfortunately, I don't have £5,000, which is the rest of the course money if awarded 2,500. 2 days later, I get an email from Rose Bruford saying that, congratulations, me and another person have been awarded a partial bursary. Obviously, I'm not stupid. I was very, 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 very grateful that they clearly saw something in me that they liked and they wanted to work with and pursue further. But at the same time, I was like, okay, so they're going to give me a 2,500 bursary. I still need to make up 5,000. My heart was literally like boom, 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 because I was supposed to start that course I auditioned for this in September, and you're supposed to start the course in like middle of October. So I'm thinking, okay, I have a couple of weeks to get £5,000 together. I don't have that type of money, and I unfortunately don't have parents that can give me that type of money either. I'm not saying whip out the violin for me, I'm just saying I'm not financially gifted in that way of having that type of money to tap into. I literally looked into every other scholarship, bursary thing you can think of. I went on Twitter and was basically, asking bare celebrities to please donate anything you can. I called career development loan people and they basically said to me that I can't get a loan for a foundation course. I also tried to apply for the LinkedIn scholarship and I didn't get that. I could list, there's a long list of things that I applied for and I didn't get. And as the time went on, I was getting more and more upset and anxious, thinking, crap, I may not get or be able to do this course, not because I'm not good enough or because they didn't like me and they didn't pick me, just simply because of money, which is what it all boils down to. It really frustrates me that I was / still am in this situation. I decided to accept the course because obviously you need to email them saying yes or no. And in the couple of weeks leading up to the course, I was running around trying to find that extra £5,000. I started a GoFundMe page, which is a crowdfunding page, just in case anybody doesn't know that site. Basically asking, my close family and friends and anybody to please donate if possible. And I'm not going to lie, it was a real struggle creating that page. I felt really, really, embarrassed that I was begging for money. But at the end of the day, in the performing arts industry, you've got to do what you've got to do. I did raise a bit of money, but not enough. And it got like a couple of days before I was supposed to start, and they started to email me with books that I needed to order and plays that we were going to see and I need to pay for. And I basically end up calling them and crying down the phone, explaining the situation of I don't have the rest of the £5,000 to pay. And they said to me, you can pay it in 2 instalments, so you can pay half of that £5,000, aka 2,500 at the ending of October, and the rest of the 2,500 at the ending of January. So at first I was going to accept the place. I was going to dip into my overdraft and work goodness knows how many hours to get that 2,500 to pay at the ending of October. But then, a couple of days before my course, I realised that really wasn't realistic. And also, one of my friends did suggest that maybe during the course they could like you so much that when you ask for more help financially with the course, they could be more inclined to help you because they get to know you, your personality, your abilities, and they get to know you more of a personal level, so they feel more oomph to help you. I know I said oomph, but that's the only word that I can think of to say. That whole thing of hoping that during the first couple of weeks of my course they like me so much that they give me the rest of the bursary was just adding a lot of pressure to myself. And I knew that in those first couple of weeks I wouldn't be relaxed. I would just be constantly anxious and thinking, okay, crap, show them that you deserve this. Okay, crap, do that 100% right. Crap, oh my gosh, are they watching me? I just knew myself that I wouldn't be able to relax if I accepted the course not having the money. I called Pat, who deals with the foundation course and all of that business, and I basically explained to her the situation, and she said to me, you can defer your place to the next course, which is in March. And I said, you know, is there another full bursary going for the March course? She said she wasn't sure, but we'll see. So I sent her quite a few emails, basically being like, what's going on? Please tell me. She said, you know, she would get back to me. She just got back to me saying that there is another full bursary course available, but I have to audition again. Like, I get that it has to be like an equal opportunity thing. It's just really frustrating that I could not start this amazing foundation course in March. Not because I'm not good enough, but just simply because I just don't have the money. And I was a little bit upset that the school, you know, they told me at the ending of September that I've got a place and a partial bursary for a couple of weeks. Like, how am I supposed to get that type of money together? Everybody was like, some people, I should say not everybody, were like, oh, do you have savings? I don't have £5,000 worth of savings. I spent most of my money on drama school auditions, and last year I spent most of my money on my Juilliard audition, which I don't regret, but financially it just left me in a really unstable position. But I will say for this, the foundation course last year when I auditioned, you didn't have to pay for it, which I thought was an amazing, amazing thing. And I am also going to audition for the full bursary. I just really hope I get it. I just really, really, really hope that I pull the money together somehow, some way. Can I just clarify? I have saved some money, just nowhere near £5,000. And I really, 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 really am grateful for the people that donated on my GoFundMe page. But it's just like, at the idea of it's just not enough, I'm going to get a little bit upset. Okay, I'm going to pull it together. Pull it together, Winnie. Yeah. So that's me. I seem really down now, but I do actually do mean keep going. I'm just a bit like in my head at the moment because I've just got a lot of things going on and a lot of balls up in the air. Excuse the phrase. That's the only thing I can think of. And I just really want the foundation course. And I just really, really hope that I get this full scholarship. Otherwise, I can't attend the course. Yeah, that is my life at the moment. Cray cray. Another thing I wanted to say to anybody that is creative or in the performing arts industry or whatever, who doesn't have, you know, rich ass parents, who doesn't have a job that pays bucket loads, or, you know, a savings account that's like this big, and they can't afford to pay for courses, and they, you know, they're trying to look for other scholarships and bursaries and things to help them out. I feel your pain. Like, I'm laughing, but it's not really funny. It's a really crappy situation to go through / be going through, but we just have to keep going. We can't give up at all, because at the end of the day, all you can do is try your hardest, try and get the money together. If you try your hardest, you're never going to, I'm going to say not going to have any regrets in life, but that's impossible. But I mean, you're not going to end up kicking yourself for giving up too easily. You just have to keep persevering. Persevere, 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 persevere. Why are there not more rep companies out there so we don't have to pay bucket loads of money for courses or theatre companies and stuff? Okay, yeah. My rant is over. Thank you very much for listening. I really appreciate it. Bye.